Alfredo Angulo. They both left everything inside that ring. How will the judges have it scored? We'll find out. We'll come back with more on PBC here on FS1.
This seat is reserved for the wrestler.
I needed Quillin to win that last round in order for me to give him the fight. As you can see, it's pretty early here. I fell asleep during the 8th round of the Tomas Delorme fight. You know, he got a win over Terrell Williams. Chris Colbert won. And he also accompanied Peter Kid Chocolate Quillin to the ring. In my personal opinion, I think that Peter Quillin is washed up and he's done. With the way he fought tonight, he's going to get really seriously hurt or brutally KO'd. I think that Danny Jacobs got his soul. He ain't been the same since then. This was his 4th fight since 2015. Remember, he was supposed to fight Caleb Truax in a rematch on the undercard of Irislandi Lara versus Ramon Alvarez. But Caleb Truax got hurt. Peter Quillin is about to lose, you're about to hear it, a split decision to Alfredo Angulo. He was supposed to knock Alfredo Angulo. Listen, you know, I understand that, you know, Alfredo Angulo is one of those fighters you can never count out. And, you know, he was kind of due for, you know, a good fight. He's with Abel Sanchez now. But it's like, yo, Peter Quillin shouldn't have lost to him. I'm sorry. In fact, this was like them. This, like, you can't say it was a late replacement. But remember, Peter Quillin was supposed to fight August the 30th? August the 30th on PBC on Fox. So here we are, you know, what is it, 22 days later, and he had basically a stepping opponent in Alfredo Angulo, who he was supposed to be. What the hell happened to Peter Quillin? Let's go look at his resume. They're going to come back, even though I can fast forward because it's early, but this is going to give me a little bit of time to talk. And also, you know, I want to act like this is last night, and I didn't fall asleep, and I'm watching this last night at about midnight or so. So please subscribe to TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Let's go check this shit out here. 34, now 2-1 with 23 KOs. Split decision loss to Alfredo Angulo. Judge scored at 96-94, 96-94. Well, for both fighters, 96-94. I think that last round. See, here's the thing. Peter Quillin was rocked multiple times in the fight. And as you know, Alfredo Angulo is not a guy that's going to be throwing jabs or trying to box. He's trying to put a boot in your ass. So, despite, I want to see the punch numbers. Hopefully they'll show us the punch numbers for the post fight, because it seems as though Alfredo Angulo was very accurate with the body shots, and Peter Quillin just looked like a deer in the headlights. He looked like he didn't want to be there. We're gonna get you some highlights as well. He looked like they're still on, as you can see, they're still on a commercial break. So yeah, man, he didn't even want to be there. Like, what is that? Now, I believe this is the 12th Peter Quillin fight I've done a post-fight video on, except for Deshaun Johnson. Oh, wait, here they are right here. They're back. Let's turn it up.
What a battle between two world champions, Alfredo Angulo and Peter Quillin. Gentlemen, here is how it all unfolded.
Listen, Ray, I don't know about you, but I'm glad I was here in the building for this fight. These two veteran fighters exchanged leather from the opening bell.
Yeah, man.
Big right hands, left hooks.
It's a fight of the year candidate, and I just hate to see a loser in this. Both guys fought their heart out.
Both guys brought their heart tonight. They both showed they've got you know, great boxing experience. They made some adjustments. Angulo landed some big shots. Peter Quillin came out and landed some big shots. It went back and forth, round after round.
And now, gentlemen, let's take a look at the numbers from punch stats.
Yeah, you know, Peter Quillin did a great job of throwing a boatload of punches, although Angulo, I think, threw the more aggressive power shots in this fight.
Marcos Villegas, how do you see this fight?
Hey, Ray, I have it 95-95. I have it a draw, and, you know, I want to go back to some of the points in this fight. I think, you know, it's deceiving for judges when you see a guy take a lot of punches like Angulo, whose defense is not so good. As a judge, you got to count that. Regardless if it's doing damage or not, you have to count that. And you see Angulo landing these big flush punches that at times were staggering Quillin, other times they weren't staggering him. So you got to ask yourself the question, who's doing the better work?
That's a very good point. Marcos from Fight Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Judge at ringside, Ralph McKnight, scores the bout 96-94 for Quillin. Judge Alejandro Rochin has the bout 97-93 for Angulo. And Judge Dr. Lou Moret has the contest 96-94 for your winner by split decision, Alfredo Perro Angulo.
Y'all see Sam Watson in the back. But yeah, that is an upset. And Marcos was right, but that shit, you know, Peter Quillin didn't do enough to secure the win in a fight like that. You know? Because Alfredo Angulo was getting hit. He's not known for defense. Here, let's listen in.
Con esta victoria contra Peter Quillin esta noche, ¿cómo te sientes con esta victoria contra Peter Quillin?
Honestly, I feel really good. I feel great. Little by little, the old dog coming. Thank you, Evo Sanchez, for nice work, and for my wife, the beautiful girl, beautiful wife. So, you have a really good job for I maintain me a boxing, and he go back to the fans. This night, the show is for the fans, and thank you, Peter Quillin, for the really good condition, for platform, really good fight to the fans. Thank you so much.
What did you feel was the difference and the determining factor in the fight? ¿Qué era la diferencia en la pelea para ti?
Honestly, I think the Mexican heart, the different all time in the ring. The Mexican have a really good heart to demonstration to the fans. Really good fight. And the first of all, I think asking, I'm sorry, I have a nervous. Me da mucho nervio decirlo, pero no tengo más que agradecerle a Heyman for all the opportunities, and this fight is demonstration that the old dog, he back little by little with next to Evo Sanchez.
Well, Alfredo, and finally, do you want to continue fighting? You obviously put on a tremendous performance tonight, but can we see you continue your career? ¿Quieres más peleas en tu carrera?
Yes, honestly, unrest maybe the last 5 or 6 years, stay in another mentality. Now, next to Evo, my mentality ego change. He back to the old dog, and he ready to the really good fight. Little by little, the old dog coming. Maybe the next fight, it will look better.
All right, thank you very much. Give it up for Alfredo Perro Angulo. And we're going to go over and have a word with Peter Quillin. Peter, if we can go ahead and have a word with you. And first of all, what a performance, an excellent, entertaining matchup. Give us your thoughts on the decision. What's going through your mind?
Well, it's a lot of hard things to swallow right now, taking the second loss of my career. But most importantly, it was a well-earned fight. I get a good fight for the fans. Had a lot of fans here. And what I could have did was, I could have just fought hard. It was a lot of things that my trainer wanted to see me do. I didn't execute it properly, but, you know, that's the game of boxing.
What is next for Peter Quillin?
Well, I'm glad that my wife got a job, so I'm gonna have to worry about another paycheck. But most importantly, I'm gonna sit down with my team. This moment right here is an experience that is hard to swallow in the moment and say what my plans are. But if I sit down with my team properly and do what the next steps for me and do it proper, I think that's the best thing I could do.
Well, Peter, thank you so much for this entertaining matchup. What a performance here tonight, despite the loss.
Well, thank you to Al Heyman for giving me this opportunity and this platform to be able to showcase my talent and get my story to the fans. Thank you.
Ray and Dominic, back to you. What a matchup here tonight.
You know, Peter Quillin, man, looking done to me. I'm sorry, looking done. You know, it's like, where do we go from here? They were building him up, you know, because PBC has a nice little hold on the 168-pound division. Let's go talk about it. I wonder what they're talking about. What do you think they're talking about? What y'all talking about, Sam? Because you know Sam is the Al Heyman. What's that? The liaison. He is Al Heyman in the streets. Damn. Anyway, let's talk. I'm gonna check that out. That's today, actually. Let's talk about the 168-pound division and let you know what's going on. My next video is actually going to be Anthony Durrell versus David Benavidez, PBC face-to-face. They're fighting this week on the undercard or the... It's not a co-main. Well, you can say it's the co-main in this case. You know, Anthony Durrell versus David Benavidez. And what I mean by that is I don't like calling like a co-main event unless it's really like up, like to the par of a co-main event. This is next week, as you can see. Well, this week, this Saturday. PBC on Fox, pay-per-view. Spence Porter, Durrell Benavidez. So what I'm saying is this. Peter Quillin and Caleb Truax were supposed to fight in an IBF eliminator to be the mandatory for Caleb Plant. Now Peter Quillin is eliminated, so I wonder if they're going to make Caleb Truax versus Alfredo Angulo to be like, it's this weird, right? So Conor Smith has decided to stay with Eddie Hearn, so Canelo Alvarez is fighting Sergey Kovalev, so we're not going to talk about him. Billy Joe Saunders is also over on Matchroom. But in the case of right now, Anthony Durrell, David Benavidez could fight Caleb Plant, or could just go on, Caleb Plant just could go on and fight Caleb Truax in his way back. I don't think that fans are really going to be like really feeling Caleb Plant versus Alfredo Angulo. You know, my bad. I don't think they're going to really feel in that. Alfredo Angulo, there's other fights out there for him. Maybe they can do Chris Eubank Jr. versus Alfredo Angulo. You know, maybe they can do Caleb Plant versus Chris Eubank Jr. because Chris Eubank Jr. is over there on the PBC side, even if not like fully. By the way, PBC on ITV, what the fuck is up with that? Where's that been? Jose Utkanta guy is still in the mix. And the reason why I'm not talking about Caleb Smith and Billy Joe Saunders is because, well, this is a PBC video and they just can't fight them, unfortunately. I'm sorry. They just can't fight them. So, I don't know, man. I don't know about Peter Quillin. I don't like that. Oh, also, Avni Yildirim, who's also fighting on the Spence versus Porter card. He is the mandatory for the WBC. So, basically, the winner of Anthony Durrell, David Benavidez have to fight Yildirim. Durrell already fought it, but, you know, it ended in that cut. And if they don't fight Yildirim, then they have to fight Caleb Plant. And right now, they could order, you know, depends on what Silent Promotions wants to do with this guy. As you can see, you know, he's there. I don't never see Al Heyman and the Silent brothers work together. This Vincent Fegan Boots. He's a Silent Promotions fighter. So I was saying, would they do Caleb Truax versus him? But Caleb Truax got an Achilles injury. When will he be able to be back in the ring? So right now, the IBF situation in regards to a mandatory could be, you know, fuck around and be Vincent Fegan Boots versus Alfredo Angulo. Ew. Or, you know, if they do some maneuvering and get Jose Utkanta guy back in the mix. Or Chris Eubank Jr. We'll see. We have to wait and see what the IBF do with their rankings in the next couple of weeks. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.